It's early morning. Y'all know what's going on with Papoose, Remy. Let me let y'all hear it directly from Papoose, and then we're going to talk about it. Let's go.
I wrote 90% of the music since I've been with her. Versus, it pops up in my phone with the date that I wrote it. You talk about me buying you gifts. You try to say in the past, oh, you don't buy gifts. That's documented. You walk around with thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of jewelry that I bought every single day. You talking this jewelry talk. First and foremost, I have a cash business. So there's numerous times where I cashed you out and you went and bought things. With my money. With my money. You want to talk about property? We bought this house together. We bought it together. We bought it together. I wrote one of your biggest records, man. One of your biggest hits. So you want to downplay me as an artist when I wrote one of your biggest hits. That's so sad. But like I said earlier, the fact that you chose to mention my kids, that's why I responded on this video. As far as the divorce, like I said, she never wanted to get a divorce. She never wanted a divorce, that's correct. And she didn't want to do it peacefully, like two adults, because the attorneys brought to my attention, if you guys agree, the divorce could be private. But if you don't agree, it gets messy. I brought that to her attention. She never wanted to do it. Just recent, and I say within the past few weeks, she's been saying that she wanted to do it civilized way. So we had a plan. She said she wanted to go to a mediator. She wanted to go to a mediator. She wanted to work it out. She even tried to tell me, like I told you yesterday, she started asking me, are you done with me? Are you done with me? I said, is that even a question? I'm going forward with the divorce, yes.
That's
Now,
crazy.
I wake up to this morning. Very strange. So, what I'm saying to y'all is, the reason why this is happening because you mentioned my children and you lied. You cheated with this lame since 2022. You cheated with numerous others before that.
Damn.
And you know it's true. You know it's true.
That's crazy.
You know it's true. Look at the comments. They know what I wrote. I wrote tons of her music. 90% of her music, I wrote it since I've been around her. I wrote probably like 3 songs on her first album. If I listen to it, I'll tell you exactly what I wrote. And when you listen to it, y'all know my pen.
All right, let's stop it right there, man. As you can see, this dude is going through a broken heart. And as you understand, in life, you can get your heart broke. Anybody, nobody is exempt to this. Matter of fact, it's a song before all our time, and it was like everybody plays the fool. It's no exception to the rule. So as we all know, Papoose is in love with this girl. He stuck with her through her prison time. He took care of her kid while she was locked up. He went up there to do conjugal visits. He visited her at the jail every single week to the point where she told him to stop coming so much. You ain't got to come up here every week. He like, but I love you. She like, just chill. And then they asked, did he start chilling at that point? So yeah, he pulled back a little bit, but he still would come every week. So every single week she was in jail, he would come every day. So then he pulled back to come once a week or twice a week. So now, in the time she was in jail, she never was in the jail and didn't see him. So when a guy believes he has loyalty to a female, he is believing that that's the thing you're supposed to do. But the way it's made in the world, the woman's supposed to have legal. The woman's supposed to have allegiance to the man. You know what I'm saying? Adam and Eve, the whole way it was made, and the whole way the cultures are rocked in other cultures outside of blackness, the man is the lead. You know what I'm saying? And inside blackness, where you got white people is the people who work for her, they're gonna hire the female first because she's a little bit more docile. So then that gives her the psychology that she's the household leader or the runner of a community or the man. But obviously that can't happen because the men still exist. We just don't work for the white people. So when it comes to defending the family, when it comes to having resilience or having stability or having stamina, that's going to be landed upon a man because that's just naturally how it goes. So for Remy to be with him and just kind of, it seems like she was just keeping him around because when she was ready to go get her roll on or get her freak on, she did. And she didn't look at him like, oh shit, he gonna be mad. Oh shit, he gonna have a broken heart. She just looked at that shit like, hey, I'm finna go do what I want to do because this nigga's a goofy. And where he probably ain't a goofy and he probably is somebody who a woman would respect, women do not respect that. It's so many cliche statements. The good guy finished last. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Women love bad boys. So it's things that snap or tick or euphoric feelings that happen in a woman when she is chasing a man or when she feels like she have to go after a guy or when she got a guy in her eye and she wants to have him. But if it flips and the guy is the one that's chasing the female, well, that whole feeling is going to diminish. The woman is not going to have that feeling. So she's never going to get to the point where she feels like she has to be a respectable woman for this guy. She's going to look at him as a goofy because that's how he playing himself. And he played himself as a goofy for her, even though she basically is like this. Another woman is the one who was supposed to get that from him. But he didn't know that because he just fell in love with her for whatever reason. He probably had a heart for her because she was going through her scenario, going to jail at that time. And he just fell in love with her. So he just felt like, I'm going to stick with you. So 8 years, the bitch went to prison. 7.5. Then she pop out after all that time, and now she free. But she stick with the nigga, and they build a relationship, they build a family. But now, all these years down the line, she wants something else, and that's what's breaking his heart because he can't see. Sometimes in a relationship, if you love a person, you have to love them enough to let them go, and that's hard for people. You know what I'm saying? Because relationships is about control. You want to control what time they come, what time they leave, what time they eat, what time they fuck. So sometimes love is loving a person to let them go. And then that come back to you because if Papoose was a playboy and he didn't get no fuck that she was fucking around, she wouldn't go. But his heart is so emotionally tied into it that he can't separate his heart from the relationship. And she understands that. So she could go fuck somebody and come back to the relationship and be normal. But he feel betrayed. He feel like I dare you do this shit to me. I love you, but a woman is not gonna feel that. You know what I'm saying? She has to have that chase in her. She has to have. You look at the Adam and Eve story. Well, as soon as he started listening to a woman, everything fucking went upside down, and that's the history of mankind. Like they use the Adam and Eve story as the history of mankind. So it's like that's how we started. You know what I mean? In this world or the Big Bang Theory or some shit like that. The first humans. It's like the psychology of the story is that as soon as he started listening to a woman, his motherfucking whole life went under. Look at Samson and Delilah. As soon as the guy started falling in love with this female, she traded on him. And he had to fight and shit to get his motherfucking ass together, if I remember that story correctly. But my point about it is that most guys are gonna put so much heart into a girl money wise. And then that's what they're gonna feel the punch at. You know, so for instance, the Diddy situation, came at him about money. She couldn't control his dick. She couldn't control who he dated. She couldn't control how he felt. But when her pain kicked into that level, she said, "Let me go ahead and sue this nigga for money." And then the government people kicked in and put his ass in jail because they white folks and they haters. But otherwise, he would have been free. You know what I'm saying? Just dealing with a bad luck girlfriend or fucked up relationship. But the fact that she sued him and took money from him, that's what made him have to be up under some kind of scrutiny. So Papoose probably don't make as much money as her. You know what I'm saying? He a rapper. He trying to rap and shit, trying to still have a rap career 20 years in the future after he first started. It ain't gonna be easy. You know what I'm saying? They do the battle shit and do all that. What's that gonna turn into? We don't know. You know what I'm saying? But that's exactly what they do. They do the battle things so that they can keep their name recognized. But she got a battle fucking uh, uh, like a like a thing. Like she do a big ass battle party. You know what I'm saying? Damn near a convention. So however many times she do it in a year, it's nothing but men coming around this location. So that's how smart she is. Think about the psychological understanding of this female. When she want to get with another man, she's going to create an environment where that can happen. Not she's just not going to cheat with some dude. Maybe she did that in the past. But now this time she's like, okay, I'm going to create a league. And it's going to be all rap motherfuckers in this league. Now, 700 men come through. she get to pick who she want. You know, okay, this guy, that guy. It's like if Papoose did a music video and it was like a twerking video. So all his music is about twerking and shaking their ass. So now all these girls come lined up to be in a music video. He got 47 girls to try to line up. Out of them 47, he might could pick 2 of them joints and they'll be rocking in with him for 10 years because they love him. Or they got, he can fuck with them. He got the money to keep him around. So she created herself a league where it's 700, 1,000 men from the audience members to the rappers. She could handpick whatever kind of guy she wants. That's the smartness in her efforts. So then she got a guy. He don't look too far away from different from Papoose. So Papoose do the right thing. He go and fight the guy and beat him up to try to push him off his girl. And it's crazy because this is paralleling the situation with Kid Cudi yesterday and Diddy, where Kid Cudi came after 15 years and tried to testify against Diddy about the fact that he was trying to date Diddy's ex-girl. And it's like, what the fuck you talking about? Any man is going to do anything to get you off the scent of his woman, whether it's fighting you, blow up your car, chase you down, run up in your crib, hiding behind the bushes. It's endless. You know what a motherfucker would do to try to stop you from trying to get his woman. So to come and testify against him, it's like, what the fuck you talking about? Nigga, you tried to fuck with his lady. If you don't want the repercussions of what it is to fuck with somebody lady, don't fuck with somebody lady. Get the fuck away from her. So she start giving you the eye, walk your ass in another direction because you know it's going to be a repercussion from trying to fuck with somebody's woman. But niggas want to play victims. So Papoose go out there and try to have a relationship with her, but he says in his own conversation that she was cheating prior to this. Anybody, just like Cassie, just like Papoose, these are learning lessons. You're not a baby. You're not 15. You're not 17. You 20-something. You 30-something. You 40-something. Anytime a situation is bad, you leave. You don't fucking stay. And if you did stay, eventually you leave. Okay, then eventually you leave. Then you figure it out. Okay, maybe tomorrow's the day. Then it's like, you know what? I got to go. I got to stop. But you don't keep coming your ass around and then trying to point the finger at the person and make it seem like they the reason why you stand. You stand because you've decided in your mind is reasons that you benefit from the stay. What those reasons are is between you and God, because don't nobody know. It's your business. But you're staying under those pretenses. You're not staying because somebody forcing you. You're not staying because you got somebody got some kind of mental control over you. That's not true. You know what I'm saying? And to those people who play those victim roles like that, that's even worse. But when you got somebody like Papoose who put all his time in with that girl and she still to play him like this is something he got to learn. Because, you run it. See, and another thing that's really chaotic is you just went from one relationship that just turned bad and you jumped dead back into another one with old girl Clarissa Shields. And that's stupid. Because you finna carry all that pain over into the relationship with her. And when you get done with her, your motherfucking ass gonna be stressed the fuck out because she a whole nother person. She got a whole other family dynamic. She got all these other shit that's going on. And she might not be ready to be, you know what I'm saying, competing and shit with the other girl. And Clarissa Shields' schedule is too locked. She a fucking fighter. So her brain is about running the industry, controlling the industry she in, being at the top of the motherfucking industry. That's all she think about. You know what I'm saying? So you got this nigga who a rapper who coming around, he leaving his relationship, the money finna be all fucked up in his life until he get it right. But it might not be able to get right. Because when you battle it through the divorce, everything start getting topsy-turvy. So Clarissa Shields probably shouldn't fuck with Papoose at this point because he bringing calamity to the game. He bringing all this drama and all this baby mama bullshit. They got kids, they got money, they got property, they got to split. Most times people divorcing, they're going to be getting back and forth with each other, talking, trying to see if they can mediate, fix things, determine how far the relationship going. But now Papoose is popping out and saying something about it, making it seem like he's at wit's end. He can't go no further. He like, that's it. I'm going to let y'all hear a little bit more of what he got to say real quick.
But that's neither here nor there. That's not why I came here. The only reason why I'm mentioning that is because you fabricated. You fabricated and you talked about my children. And as a father, I was not going to allow that. I've allowed you to do what you've been doing all of this time, and I said nothing. I said nothing. She got mad at me because I went live and said I didn't knock this lame out. Oh, it's not just the two. I said, Rem, whatever I got to do to assist you, I'm going to do it. Oh, no, but it's not just us. What the hell do you mean it's not just us? Who is this nigga? Very bitter because I moved on, because I finally moved on. I got tired of sitting there tolerating it. And I was there for my daughter, but I started to realize that my daughter didn't need to see me like that. She didn't need to see her father when she got to come in another room to visit me now, when we all used to sleep together as a family. I started to realize that. I said, you know what? I would rather her see me how she's supposed to see her dad, on his feet, doing the right thing, not sitting in here tolerating somebody who constantly stabbing me in my back. So I decided to move on. And as far as the divorce, the reason why I filed today was because, like I said, me and her just spoke. And I told her, I'm going to go Saturday and speak to my attorney. After I speak, I'll be ready to do the mediation, you know what I'm saying? Or for the mediator. But since she's so upset, because if you pay attention, Clarissa has a fight coming up. Clarissa's out here shining like the diamond she is, and she's mad. She's bitter that I moved on. So she wanted to go on social media today and fabricate. You come on a live talking about, oh, my mother went on YouTube and she said, are you in the hospital? Dumb fake hospital videos is old as hell. You just wanted an excuse to come up here and be malicious and make up lies. Let's keep it a buck. That was pathetic. This you on the live talking about, pay attention, y'all. Go back to the live and watch this. Oh, don't call me. No, y'all, don't call me. What Ed Lover say? I come mention me not seeing my daughter. When ever since I left, she has not allowed me to see my daughter. She's been straight miserable. I'm gonna say it again. All men out there who ever been through this type of situation, you know how it gets when you're dealing with a miserable individual.
That's really what this whole thing is, man. And this basically all playing out on social media. They whole love life, they whole relationship. It's crazy. This dude talked for fucking 35 minutes about this shit. Just jumping around about the different elements of their relationship. And what do that do? Like who wins behind this? You know what I'm saying? You broke your heart, you got a broken heart, but you spent all this time trying to build this relationship with her. And then, like I said, it comes a time in your life where you gotta be an adult. An adult meaning this. If you love a person and they've got a propensity to do something. So for instance, if they're a drug head, if they smoke weed, if they smoke cigarettes, if they got a speeding problem, if they got an anger problem, if they got a adultery problem, you have to actually put up with that with a person. That's the funny thing about relationships. Most people not gonna do that. As soon as they find out that this thing is rough or it's gonna be tough, they getting the fuck up out of there. So it's like, okay, so she cheated this the third time, I'm gone. Or okay, he keep whatever, I'm leaving. He got gambling and shit. So everybody keep breaking up. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a lot of put through where you just go ahead and deal with this person thing. You know what I mean? Okay, that's what they do. That's what they got going on. Fuck it. I actually said I love the person at that time. So it's just basically a little more in the future. I still love the person. But most people, the embarrassment, the uncomfortableness, the way the relationship dynamics change. Like he said, I had to sleep in another room. My kids seeing me sleep in another room. We used to all sleep together. This stuff praying through your mind. And you sitting like, damn, we in the crib together. But every time we get in that night, I got to go over here. And then she's sleeping out 2-3 days gone. I know she with old boy. But if I speak to her about it, it turned into a big ass argument. So these things turn it into where the people can't even be in the same room with each other. You know what I'm saying? So he basically is the cat out the bag with him. You know what I'm saying? But having a new relationship with somebody that's high end and high level, that's not going to do nothing for you. You know what I'm saying? Having Clarissa Shields in your life where she's finally somebody successful, somebody building her own life, you don't need to be around her talking about your ex all the time or even having that call coming through, y'all trying to get together, your phone blowing up and shit, your lawyer all involved, her family calling you, y'all can't travel and shit because you got to keep going to court. It's a lot of shit that you got to pull into this lady's life that she ain't even got to, she don't even really have to deal with. You know what I'm saying? That's nothing she should even be fucking dealing with. But the relationship dynamics, and she probably is lonely as hell in her own life because, you know, she got a high-end lifestyle where she got to be, you know, fighting and running and doing all this media shit. So she's probably looking for somebody in her own life. But then it's like, okay, now, can this last past 6 months, 2 years? Because he was with Remy for mad years. You know what I'm saying? So It's kind of crazy to be with her for so many years and then just bump into a new relationship, crash dummy into a new relationship. Somebody got to be smart over there because that's exactly what she did. She crash dummied into the relationship with the Easy the Black Capping guy, and then they had the big old fight. And then from his conversation, he said she keep telling me not to beat the nigga up, or since I beat him up, then that's the reason why our relationship is fucked up today. And that's crazy to hear from your lady. Since you beat this nigga up, that's the reason why our relationship fucked up, because you was already dating a nigga before I beat him up. So what the fuck you talking about? But he said that's the reason why everything crazy, and that's why she can't break it up with him, because all this. He thinking that the guy was blackmailing her, had photos or videos of them being intimate. He just can understand why his lady was doing all this new behavior. He's like, what the fuck's going on? But again, do you have what it takes to stick it out with a person through those long-winded moments when they ain't right for you, or they not right, period? Or do you just run for the hills? And we already know everybody mostly run for the hills, and that's what Papoose doing right now. So this is explanation about it. Let me keep it going a little bit more.
Watch me in the courtroom getting into altercations with court officers over her. Witness when she came home. Witness me go build the anticipation for her to come out of prison. Had a different artist do a drop every single day. Oh, the queen is coming, the return of the queen, right? All the fans witnessed her come home, witnessed us have the big wedding ceremony, followed our entire journey. Never trust a celebrity who erased their Instagram. You ever notice I never erased nothing on my page? All you gotta do is scroll down. The same page that she utilized today to lie for an hour straight and tell all these fabricated stories, the same page I created.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? But that's neither here nor there. We'll get back to that later. I went to pick my daughter up from school. There's a young lady who was picking my daughter up from school. And I notified her, hey, I called her, I said, hey, I'm coming to pick her up. I picked up my daughter, gave her a hug, gave her a kiss, and show things you do when you see your child. Embrace my child. And I had to go take care of something that day. So after I see my daughter, I just wanted to see her and hug her because everything had been lies. Tired of your narcissism and moved on. Even when I got stabbed in my back. Even when I got stabbed, I don't need to come up here and perpetrate no fraud like I'm a big shot, like I'm this and I'm that. For the simple fact that I speak with my actions. You want to talk about black love? Anybody who follow me, they know I've always been pro-black and had knowledge of self since I was a teenager.
He let it all out the hatch, man. This dude been going. He must have been keeping it in for years. Divorce is a bitch.
Whatever transpired, right? Okay. She decides, and I decide that we're going to go to therapy. But she brings it to my attention, to be honest. She said, I think we should do therapy. I said, okay. Even though I'm private and I don't like to speak to people about my personal business, that was a very, very difficult thing for me to do. But I said, you know what? Let's do the therapy. We go to the therapist. The therapist's first question is, do you guys want a divorce or do y'all want to work it out? Me and her both said we want to work it out. So when she comes on live and say, we haven't slept in the bed since 2022, and to make it seem like and fabricate a story, like we had some agreement, you're such a liar. There was no agreement. When I found out you was with the lame, you denied it. You shitted on him. Basically said, yo, why would I be with him? Why do you think I would be with him? And then you wanted to go to therapy. So check it out now. Check it out. So when we go to therapy, the therapist says, do y'all want to get a divorce?
Broken heart, boy.
I'm not accusing her of anything. This is not my style. But the fact that you mentioned my children and
this nigga broken hearted, man.
She was sneaking around with him in restaurants. What he was at? Cheese Factory, matching outfits, losing the battle on stage, getting cooked by Geechee, getting cooked by Suge. This nigga get cooked every battle. I don't know what type of rapper is this dude, man. Never lost a battle in my life. But anyway, keep it moving. We don't care about that. She tried to make it about Clarissa. I just met Clarissa in July last year. I've been dealing with this with you since 2022. Clarissa has nothing to do with this. She's very lame because Clarissa is shining like the diamond she is. World-class champion, Olympic winner. She has nothing to do with this. Actually, Clarissa went on a Breakfast Club, did an interview, and said she don't have a problem with her. This which aired yesterday. Yesterday morning, I wake up to a phone call of her being belligerent, being a narcissist, screaming on my phone, claiming that Clarissa disrespected her. What did she How did she disrespect you? She said she don't have a
That's
problem with
normal
you.
right there.
Then, in the process of that phone call, she asked me, "So are you done with me? Are you done with me?"
Damn.
I said, "Is that a question? Am I done with you?" I
Hell
said,
yeah. Fuck is you talking about? Get your
she
garbage
said, "You
ass
move
on.
forward with the divorce?" I said, "Yes."
Hell yeah.
My attorney, she want to fabricate these stories talking about not retaining an
Nah,
attorney.
but there
The
you
last,
go though. But he putting it out there like, you know what I'm saying? So if he met old girl in July, it's damn near July now. That's like what, 10 months? So now you got 2022 and it's 2025. That's what, 3 years? So she chose. You chose who you want. You want to be with Easy Black Captain. And I can't fight it. I can't beat the nigga. I tried to bust his motherfucking head. That didn't work. See, because that made a woman stay with the nigga even longer. That's something that you got to learn too as a man. You don't know these things. She stayed with the guy even longer after the baby daddy go and whoop the nigga ass on the streets. She stayed with the nigga. That's fucking next level bogus. But it ain't really though. Because that's how she kicking it. She like, no, I'm fucking with him. So I don't give a damn how you do it. You can kill him if you want to, but you gonna take your ass to jail and I'm gonna be at his funeral. She fucking with the new nigga. And again, is he the kind of guy who could sit back like a simp and just let his woman go out and be with another man as many times as she want to and meet up with him, have a relationship with some new guy, and she never get a chance. He can't say nothing because that she the boss, she get paid, she rich. You know what I'm saying? What the fuck can he say? You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Like you don't control another person. She gotta love you and not want to do that. The really way it had actually gotta go. She gotta not want to do that. You can't make her not do it herself though. She just gotta automatically be on that. Like I ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? But if she on that, ain't shit you could do because she's a grown ass person. And if her love is phony, her love is phony. You know what I'm saying? You can't control that. You know what I'm saying? The fact that she would even want to be with this nigga, Easy the Black Captain, it's foul, but it show you that she set a scenario up where she can go and get with other men and can't nobody stop her. You know what I'm saying? If she want to get with another man, if she want to lay up with another man, can't nobody do shit. And even her husband. And that was smart movement. He should have saw the whole motherfucking play coming down the pipeline. But he just wasn't thinking from that perspective. So if you start your old rap league, that mean a bunch of niggas gonna come sign up. That mean all these niggas gonna be in your face. Who gonna be judging niggas with you? Who? But no, look, let's do it like this. I go judge the niggas and I'll send you they raps. And you will see photos or videos of these niggas. I'm in control of that. But because you might not want to kill her dream as an art, but you got to make sure that you're in control of it as the man. You can't have her do no motherfucking rap, freestyle motherfucker league, and then she in there choosing niggas. That's not hell no. Because if you was doing a beauty pageant and you was in that motherfucker saying, I got 300 girls signed up, you know damn well she gonna be in that motherfucker and be like, I'm one of the motherfucking, I think we should choose this girl. You sitting back like, go on, what the fuck you in? No, hell no. So he should have had more control over the access that them niggas had to his girl. Because she's a celebrity and she's a hot to trot. You know, obviously she been locked up. You don't know what's going on in somebody else's brain. You can't control them. You're not a damn doctor. So if she wanna fucking get with other men, ain't shit you can do about it. You know what I'm saying? So he really played himself. But I don't think he meant to. You know what I'm saying? He had a baby by her and shit. He thought he was doing the right thing. But, you know, relationships get funky. And you never know. If she like the other guy, it ain't like you can beat his ass and kill him. It ain't like you can whoop her ass and kill him. You gotta let the motherfuckers be with each other, man. So that's all I got on this subject, man. I'm gonna hit y'all up with another update on a new subject matter in a minute. I appreciate y'all watching, subscribing. Make sure you sharing and liking all these videos and make a comment, and we're gonna talk about this subject, all right? Peace. And let me know whose side y'all on. You think Papoose is right in this scenario? You think Remy is right in this scenario? You think Clarissa is right in this scenario? You know, because they are married and she's supposed to mess with this guy during the marriage time. So let me know what y'all think. Peace.